everybody, Seth here with the viral Override Lambda showcase and release video. The mod that nobody has been waiting for, and the mod that I've eagerly been waiting for to be finished so I can never, ever touch this character again. Let me turn some shit on here, hold on. Alright, just first things first, gonna get this out of the way. This is gonna be like a supplementary video to her progress update video, and by that I mean I'm only gonna go over what I've changed between now and then and not go over her entire character, because it kind of hurts me to talk right now, and it has been that way for the past few days, hence why I'm now currently recording and probably editing this on the 29th of November when this video upload is due on the 30th. Fun times. So I'm gonna leave a card up in the top right or something for anyone that wants to see the rest of Lambda's changes from the first video. And we're just gonna go over what I've changed between now, then and now for her release for this video here. Sound good? Perfectly understandable, I assume. I hope so, at least. Alright, let's get this underway. So I think first things first, I should probably talk about her drive changes. I have changed, or rather added some things to the third and full charge, the level 3 and full charge versions. So, for level 3, Lambda now freezes her air momentum for the aerial version. So, normally, if you use her drive in the air, she'll keep falling affected by gravity, momentum, and the like. But if you're charged at level 3, she will now freeze in the air. The reasoning behind this is because before, this used to be like a default change, and I realized how stupid it'd be if you just micro-jump instant overhead at people with this fucking thing. But normally, for her air combos, you have to do, essentially, use your third jump, or the second jump, spike them back down. But with the air momentum change, you can do stuff like this, and just knock them down, and then afterwards go into another air special or whatever, like so, hopefully, if I do it first try. There's probably a better display than that, but that was the reasoning. Whether this is, whether it's better or not, it remains to be seen, although, like I just said, possibly means you can just, do that. Instant overhead 2 feet off the ground that probably nobody's gonna block, so, yeah, I consider that a buff. And for her full charge version, all I did was finally add that second hit that I wanted to give it. And, yeah, it's still a very disgusting starter. The air version might have a little bit of jank associated with it, but overall it works pretty well. Did I just combo off a fucking guillotine saber without needing to... Oh, that was kind of cool, actually. So that's it for her drive changes. I also fucked with her 2D charge rate a little bit, but I think I reverted that after deciding it's a little too steep, considering how hard it can actually be to charge up, to find time to charge. Unless you have them caught in, like, fucking 2-2A or whatever, Oki, in which case you just get 2 free levels. Or you can drop that a little sooner and probably get a combo off of it while charging. Alright, what else? I have changed her air throw. Her air throw ender. Let's see here. It doesn't have minimum damage anymore, so it doesn't do fixed damage, like fixed 1500 combo do anymore. But to compensate, I have increased the base damage of it, so that it will do still a decent chunk. Less than before, but still a decent chunk as a combo ender. Or even if you just do it raw, I think you get a decent bit of damage if it does it raw. Yeah, so it does more damage than a normal air throw if you do it raw. And I also removed the super cancel option from it too, because with the super cancel option, this was just straight up a better air combo ender than Guillotine Saber was. There was no reason to use Guillotine Saber with air throw being able to cancel into supers. So air throw is basically your meterless air combo ender. I fucked that up. And then Guillotine Saber is your metered ender, so you can now, I changed Guillotine, so you can now super cancel Guillotine Saber instead. Change there. I was gonna do that in order, but considering I'm talking about it right now. So, can't super cancel the air throw anymore. You can super cancel Guillotine Saber. It's a simple restructuring and rebalancing of her combo theory. other really minor change, I noticed her 6A, which is her, like, Ghetto Robo-Kai heavy starter. That's actually really good to start combos with. This used to have a shit ton of pushback, I noticed. They made it really hard to continue off of, but now the pushback is now negligent on hits. You can easily combo off of it now. With much less trouble. Okay, it's like going by pretty fast, because it turns out there's not too much to go over besides, like, mostly overdrive shit and a couple special changes. Before I get into special changes, though, I should probably make note. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, I'm sure, but I did it anyways, for the memes. So, I have given Viral Override Lambda a passive ability, so to speak. And that passive ability is that if she is fighting against New, she will suffer a malfunction, reducing her damage and defense by a noticeable amount. Make of that what you will, I'm not changing it, it's here to stay. I thought I would make her instantly die whenever she fought against New, but that seemed a little too overkill, so instead she just gets a damage and a defense nerf. And before anyone does complain, if everyone's okay with Relius being able to literally just instantly delete half the cast in the game, this is very tame by comparison. Okay, stupid shit aside. The next change is to Act Parser Try. I nerfed this move, not by much, but I found that when I was fighting her, the amount of invincibility this move had would make it beat a disgusting amount of shit. So I got rid of it. It doesn't have invincibility anymore. It does everything else still, I just got rid of the invincibility. Blade still has its, like, foot invulnerability and shit, but just 2-6 speed, no invincibility. Next up, we have... Oh, yes, Lambda Driver. We have split this into 2 different versions now, actually. She now has a B version of Lambda Driver, and the A version still remains. The A version is now no longer it's now a hit grab. So it's like bullets cutting shear, essentially. It hits and then it goes into a throw if it connects. Which means they can block it now. But this also means you can indeed do it in hit stun, without it purple grabbing or anything, or like in block stun. With no disgusting shit going on there. This is the solution I had to that problem from before. And then 214B is a slower, it also, 214A lost its invincibility, but the invincibility and the command grab stats are now put on 214B, which is a slower, invincible version of Lambda Driver. It is a true command grab, so they can't block it, and it can purple throw. It's slower, but it deals 1,000 more damage for 3,500, so it does as much as fucking Tager's original B Gigantic Tager Driver, back before it got toned down after continuum shift, which is disgusting. You can combo up both versions still, so no worries there. So now she has a true command grab option and a combo grab option for the best of both worlds, essentially, which was my main concern in regards to balancing this move, but we figured it out. We got the happy middle ground. Another minor special change is to her J236C, which I have now dubbed by name UFL, Unidentified Flying Lambda. Hilarious, I know. All I did was increase the damage. I knew it was a little lacking, so I upped the damage of it a little bit more to make it a little worth using while looping in the corner, or just using it for corner parry in the air when you're not just fucking doing cavalier loops or something. Because those are indeed a thing. Maybe how fucked up that is. Alright, some minor distortion changes and such before we move on to her overdrive. First off, for Breaking Wheel, 214-214C, from her unlimited form in Chrono Phantasma Extend, I have given this a 10% minimum damage buff. Found it was a little underperforming. It'll scale a little bit better now. Because it used to not have any minimum damage, now it has 10%. It'll do a little bit more damage, even in the most, like, scale of combos or just as a reversal option in general, so that'll help that out a little bit. Next up, we have an actual new distortion, and I'd really like to thank Eggbot, as he suggested this idea for this, because I was at a loss of what to give Lambda for a 4th distortion, or rather a replacement to one of her other ones I was getting rid of. But now we have 26226B, which, this doesn't have a name, so come up with your own, I guess. But this is following the Robo-Kai shtick so far, this is a copy of Robo-Kai's 23626S from Guilty Gear SCR. Lambda will do her 5C animation and open up a little Legacy Edge portal behind her. She will scoot forward ever so slowly while spamming out all these shots before ending with a horizontal calamity sword, which is a little scuffed, but it's fine. For the final hit, it will send them flying into a rather long knockdown, so you can set up Oki, potentially, if they land in the right spot. Or I think you can even, like, dash up and continue the combo off that, actually, how long it is. Yes, you can. In a way that is hopefully better than that. She can also just raw double super off this. She can go do, 2-6-2-6-C off on this as well for double super combos, because you know how much I love those. So, basically just a combo extender distortion. So it serves its purpose. It has 20% minimum damage and no invincibility, so this is not a reversal. She already has Breaking Wheel. I think this is invincible too, and we also have a super Lambda driver, so she already has enough invincible distortions. I also, in a similar vein to Breaking Wheel, I also buffed her Exceed Excel. It now has 10% extra minimum damage, boosting it from 30% minimum damage to 40%. Need a better combo ender, just a raw damage dealer in general. And next up, before we talk about Overdrive, in its entirety, we have a new Astral. Same command, but I just changed the attack and the animation for it. We have, I think we might as well go the extra mile and give Lambda a new Astral to further differentiate her from Nuke, because we already went through the trouble of getting her new specials, new distortions, all that other bullshit. And, I definitely took some creative liberties on this one, because, I'll just let you see for yourself. After shooting a old 5DD drive sword at the opponent, Lambda will spin rapidly at terminal velocity and then crash into the opponent before exploding and killing them both. I don't have much else to say there. I fixed the awful sound bug of it constantly playing hit sounds and all that, at least, so it's a lot less obnoxious now. How can you do, like... Does that work? It does work. Okay, well, that's an easy combo into it. Alright! Now we lastly move on to the Overdrive. This is the thing I mostly had to work on, essentially, to finish her up since last time, and it's all done now. I also cranked the Overdrive timer to infinite for this. So I fixed her little red glow aesthetically. This is what I was originally going for. This is what I originally wanted to look at. She was really dark red, like Black Beast Ragna before. But I finally got her to get this actual, like, Robo-Kai max heat looking red glow, which is what I was originally going for. So that's very nice. Let me see. All of her attacks set the opponent on fire now, as you probably noticed already. She also gets a 10% damage bonus while in Overdrive, further increasing her damage potential. Both of her, drive gauge, as you probably see there, and her little explosive, her 2-2D explosive gauge fill passively now at a higher, well, the explosive gauge fills at a faster rate than it normally does, and then her drive gauge just, fills at a new passive rate. And on top of that, using 5D now will only spend 2 stocks of the gauge instead of using the entire meter, allowing you to do much more disgusting shit with her drives multiple times in a row. And, on top of that, 5D also gains armor shortly before the attack goes active that lasts until recovery while in Overdrive. And this armor will beat everything except for throws, making this, especially disgusting now. Feels really scuffed. Before we move on to everything else, her air throw gains actual change in Overdrive too, where air throw can cancel into Guillotine Saber for a double air combo ender, so you get the best of both worlds rather than having to pick between the air throw for the high damage and meter steal or the Guillotine Saber for the super cancel. Fuck it, just do both now. Oh shit. I'm fucking that up. It's not that hard. I hate when I mess it up every single time. So that's fun. All of her specials gain +1 in attack level, giving them more hit stun, block stun, etc. Just overall better as a whole. Exeganail now fires a spread of 3 blades instead of 1, giving it a lot more coverage. Especially as like an air cannon. Look at that shit. That's nasty. Fires a spread of 3 blades, is attack level 5 with much more attackable time, and its Proration 1 penalty is removed, making it a much better combo starter. Like so. Oh, speaking of, actually, might as well show it off here. Here's a fun little combo route that she can do even outside of overdrive. Yeah, pretty neat, huh? Because, these both leave them in standing staggered on standing hit. You can run up and grab them with Lambda driver afterwards. Okay, tangent aside, back to what we should be talking about. Anything else for edging anything? The recovery is also slightly reduced as well, letting you do more shit out of it easier. Like that, I guess. Act Parser Try follow-ups can now go into any other instead of just the next one in the button chain, so you can do Try Blade Sparta, or Try Cavalier Sparta. A lot of freedom for expression there. If you can get to work, that is. The Sparta cancel, however, does disable her 236A cancels, unfortunately, off these moves because of the conflicting command, because you pick like 6A for Sparta, and you gotta do 236A to do just regular Act Parser's Y, so that's unfortunate side effect, but overall, I mean, a lot of benefit off this. In addition to the new cancel options, I have also buffed each of the attacks themselves. Sparta now launches higher and closer to Lambda, so you get easier follow-ups off of it. Blade no longer blows the opponent back as far, which lets Sparta connect afterwards. Or you can additionally just follow up another way if you so choose. And lastly, Cavalier has a larger wall bounce to help with connecting Sparta afterwards, as well as Sparta gaining the same properties it gets when it's being used after Exega Chain, so it flies farther to help connect a little better. 2-2 A, B, or C on Connect will now unleash a second wave of swords, causing to deal 3 hits total instead of 2 for more damage. 2 and 4A, on the other hand, can now grab airborne targets, meaning you no longer need to reset them into standing hit stun with level 3 charge drive or whatever like that. It also means you can also combo into more than one of them if you really want to. The scaling is pretty subpar if you do this, admittedly. It is a fun little novelty. 4-6A Exega Chain's projectile is now level 2, and it also flies a lot faster and farther, allowing it to go full screen. The B version of Exega Chain's projectile is changed to level 3, making it probably stronger than most projectiles in the game. It now also flies farther and faster, and hits up to 3 times. That was kind of nasty. J226C's attack level is increased to 5, with the Progression 2 raised from 89 to 95, making it scale better in combos. Lambda will now also recover in midair shortly after the final hit, although this is, admittedly doesn't seem to serve much practical usage, because I thought she'd maybe be able to, like, do another one afterwards, but yeah, she kind of lands too soon. However, it now has the benefit of the final hit being jump and air throw cancelable. Like so. Although, apparently, doing that mid-screen doesn't work the best, so I don't know. Probably purely a quarter thing. Oh, so all of our air specials and air enders can go into each other. That's kind of cool. Oh, shit! Okay, hold on. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Oh, you can loop 3 of them! Oh, fuck yeah, that's cool. It's, like I said, it's not practical, but it is cool. Speaking of her air specials, Guillotine Saber's base damage has been raised from 600 to 800. The final hit's base damage has been raised to 1200, and ground bounces without counter hits, allowing for very easy follow-ups afterwards. So it's not purely an air combo ender, it's now an extender as well, but you can still super cancel it for... Yeah, that's probably what you're using it for. Her 2-2D hits an explosion also gets a buff in overdrive, and now blasts the opponent way higher and closer to Lambda with more technical time. which lets you more easily follow up off of it with its very high paration, if needed. Last but not least, we finally have her overdrive distortion changes. We'll just knock all these out as fast as possible so we can get this video done and over with. I do have to edit this same day after all, like literally later tonight, so that'll be fun. Might as well start off first of all with 226C. The charge will deal more hits and has her jump up higher at the opponent as she does her super rage. She will spike them back down with repeated guillotine sabers into one last final hit where she face plants onto the ground like an idiot. The minimum damage of this has been raised from 25 to 30%, and the final hit's minimum damage is raised to 50% as a whole, so very, very strong combo ender. On top of that, the knockdown lasts long enough to where you can actually do, Exceed Excel, or one of her other supers afterwards. That's disgusting. Breaking Wheel, 214-214C, the blades will stay out longer upon connecting, hit, or block, and deal additional hits by extension. This only occurs if the blades connect to the opponent, so if they whiff, they'll still stay out about as long as they normally would, because the way these fucking blades were made to work is very, very annoying. And these days, I like to do things a bit cleaner as far as how I script things, but all the stuff I tried just wouldn't cooperate, so I did the best I could there. For 226B, Lambda will simply deal a lot more hits with her little punching portion, as far as setting up more Legacy Edge blades. And the last attack will now strike with 2 Calamity Sword hits, by suggestion of Eggbot once again, instead of 1. The knockdown still being long to where you can connect Super Cavalier afterwards. The Paration 2 on the rapid hits has also been raised from 90 to 95, so they scale better. And finally, we have Super Lambda Driver. I originally thought about making this, like, able to combo, then I realized it would literally just make a lot of her other distortions move by extension. But Super Lambda Driver now deals considerably more damage and ends with a multi-hitting shock effect by suggestion from John Brown. And similar to normal Lambda Driver, unlike the non-overdrive version, the shock lets you follow up on it for lots of really stupid shit afterward. Oh no. This is gonna work, isn't it? Oh my god, this is going to kill. I hate myself. Yeah, there we go. That was a triple super combo into Exceed Excel, by the way. I definitely buffed this character. And with that display of a 30,762 damage TOD on Sandbag Rachel, that concludes the showcase, or the supplementary showcase, I should say, / progress update. I guess surprisingly a couple people have been very excited since they saw what I was doing to the character here, giving her an entirely new moveset, so I guess it's a little understandable. And now I release her chaotic self unto the world, to you all, to experiment with yourselves, and oh god, please enjoy yourselves. Make the time I spent working on this character worthwhile, because otherwise, this was a huge waste of time and effort. And that's the only thing that's gonna make me hate this even more than I already do. In any case, I'm gonna rest my voice now and rush edit this video so I can have this character out on time. Thank you all very much for watching and for following the development of Super Boss Lambda. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to catch you in all future uploads. Thank God this fucking character is done now. And I'll see you later.